Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. Nnamani, the former governor of Enugu State, has asked Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, to withdraw his petition against the election of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, and negotiate the interest of Southeast with Tinubu. The truth of the matter is that there is nothing from Nnamani that really shocked anyone anymore. He has really gone overboard since he lost the 2023 senatorial election in Enugu State, in which he blames everybody for it except himself. Most particularly, he blames Peter Obi for being behind his woes, political woes. But those of us who know his history know that after he left government house, Enugu, subsequent governors of Enugu State who know his history confined him in the dustbin of history. Nobody was hearing anything about Nnamani until Ugwani went and resurrected him from the political grave, and he went to the Senate. Since then, nobody heard anything about him. He has never been known for making any statement in the floor of the Senate to indicate that he cares about the whole of the Southeast or even Nigeria. People know about Senator Naya Baribe, his role in talking about and defending the interests of the Southeast in the Senate. Nnamani was not of that class, but he suddenly found his voice, especially after he lost, and especially when Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, who he claimed to be his friend, emerged the presidential candidate of APC. He worked against his own party and he was expelled, rightly too. But he doesn't have much venom against the PDP that expelled him for his anti-party activities, like he does for Peter Obi, which is now getting out of hand to the level of him granting interviews consistently attacking Peter Obi since he lost the election. And also Peter Obi, by the INEC announcement, also lost because INEC put Peter Obi at number 3 position, for which Peter Obi has now gone to the tribunal to prove that he is the one that's supposed to be number 1. Yet, Nnamani is not relenting in his attacks. So we're going to look at why Nnamani told Peter Obi to withdraw his matter from the courts and negotiate in the interest of Southeast with Tinubu. Now, before I go further on that, if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, as I said, former governor of Enugu State, Senator Chimaraoke Nnamani, has asked the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, to withdraw his petition against the president-elect, Bola Tinubu, and join him in the task of making a new nation. Nnamani made the remark in a statement he issued to newsmen on Sunday, urged Obi and his supporters. He issued this statement on Sunday, knowing that Asiwaju is coming in on Monday. So he wants to make sure that Asiwaju know that he's working. That's my understanding of this. Let us go. He urged Obi and his supporters to align with the ebullience and conviviality of welcoming Tinubu's victory to the office of the president of the greatest black nation on earth. He said Obi knows he has neither spread nor national appeal to win the presidential election. He said that Obi knows that he doesn't have national appeal to win the presidential election and that he doesn't have the national spread. That is why Obi is in court. He wants to prove that he has the national spread. Okay? And by the time Obi finishes, we'll see between Obi and Tinubu who has the national spread to be president. He said that Obi does not have the national spread. That's pointing out that what Obi is doing with the petition is bad belly, petulance, and demarketing. He said his petition is dead on arrival. He does not have the national appeal or the spread. Okay? To be elected president. He said that was why Obi appealed to non-electoral matters to demarcate the presidential elect and besmirch his reputation. He said that Obi does not have near spread and national appeal. His petition is dead on arrival, a joke carried too far. He said his attempt to highlight on non-electoral issues is trying to embarrass President-elect. What are the non-electoral issues? There was nothing there that is not of electoral issue. That Tinubu forfeited $460,000 to the United States government, known to be proceeds of drugs. It's a public knowledge for a very long time. People have been talking about this, excuse me, right from when Tinubu was governor. It's an electoral matter because that was why the law itself put it down that anybody who has been convicted of a certain offense should not be allowed to be president of Nigeria or allowed to hold public office. They are all electoral materials. Because if that is what he's looking at and say they are non-electoral material. They are electoral material because there are conditionalities for anyone to be the president of Nigeria. Now he went on, he said, Obi needs to come down from his high horse to allow sedate minds to negotiate on behalf of Igbo and the Southeast for soft landing, to include our stake in the national palaver and share of the akuras of the Commonwealth. So all he's doing is all about sharing of the national cake. So he believed that Obi's petition is standing on the way of Igbo partaking in sharing national cake. I think what he should have written was that Obi's petition is stopping him personally from getting what he believed Asiwaju ought to have given him, and not about the Southeast, because Nnamani has never been known to speak for the Southeast. It has never been known. The time he was in the Senate, he has never raised any issue. He's not cut out like any Nayabaribe that I have keep referencing upon, who you can say that he speaks for Southeast when he opens his mouth in the floor of the Senate and he sees that Southeast are being marginalized, neglected, and pushed around. We saw it when Engineer Baribe kicked about the railway distribution links around the country. When he felt that Southeast was left out, he raised the matter. It became an issue. That's when you know a senator who cares about his region. Now let's continue with his tirades. He said, "We must join the mainstream and participate in the making of a new Nigeria. We are not going anywhere. We dey kampe and ready to bargain for our own share. It is common knowledge that others are doing the same. Igbo has to confront reality now or be consigned to the backwoods of history. Time to align is now." That is what Nnamani wrote. And he thinks that's supposed to be the position of Southeast. But let's look at some of the issues he raised about withdrawing case from courts. Those of us who are students of current or contemporary history of Nigerian politics know that President Muhammadu Buhari, as General Muhammadu Buhari, contested for president in 2003 against Obasanjo, in 2007 against Yaradua, in 2011 against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. In all these contests that Buhari contested between this period I mentioned, he believed he won the election. Yet, at that time, many of us are aware that even Buhari never campaigned like Peter Obi did in his first try nationwide. But in his mind, Buhari believed he won the election. Nobody. Why I'm using Buhari to make this example is that Buhari is like the god of APC right now. I'm talking about God with small letter G. Buhari went to court in 2003 up to the Supreme Court claiming that he won the election. And many of us know that there's no way he could have won that election. Nobody stopped Buhari from going to the Supreme Court. He pursued his matter till the end. In 2007, when he faced Yaradua won him. Yet, Buhari went to the court until the Supreme Court. Nobody stopped Buhari from going to the Supreme Court. The same thing happened in 2011. Buhari lost. He again went to the Supreme Court. Now, for a party that Buhari is their God, to now begin to harass Peter Obi for going to court, it shows the level of their hypocrisy. Because if they are really fair to themselves and to the sensibility of Nigerians, they ought not to be harassing Peter Obi, using all manner of tricks to stop him, including using people like Nnamani to be making noises in the media on why Peter Obi should withdraw his case. And to show you that the APC are in support, or many of them are in support, this request or appeal to Peter Obi to withdraw his matter is being shared with glee by APC spokespeople like Femi Fani-Kayode. So they like the idea that Peter Obi should withdraw the matter. Now, if they believe that they won fair and square, why should they be against the testing of their winning in the courts? Why do they have to be harassing Peter Obi to the level that his phone was allegedly bugged and wiretapped, which cannot happen except there is some complicity of the state he's been impersonated, and that impersonation couldn't have taken place without the connivance of the state, because the state is the holder of all the data of Nigerians. So, what is the crime of Peter Obi for going to the court that he has to be harassed, and now he moves from harassment to a kind of appeal that he should no longer go on with his case? Is that how Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, and Goodluck, Bola Jonathan did to Buhari between 2003 and 2011, when he lost elections and was pursuing his own interest before the courts? Throughout those periods, nobody, to my knowledge, advised Buhari to step out, to surrender, and tying the interest of the North, or telling Buhari, you have to withdraw your case in the interest of the North and negotiate with the North, so that the North can negotiate and be part of the Obasanjo administration, or be part of the Goodluck administration, or be part of the Yar'Adua administration. In any case, if for any reason the Supreme Court goes against their ruling in 2008, as was confirmed by Michael Anduaka, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice in 2008 under Yar'Adua, that the Supreme Court has already clarified that Section 134, subsection 2B, which demands that for anybody to be declared president-elect of Nigeria, the person must get 25% in Abuja. The Supreme Court has settled that matter, and that's why you didn't get 25%. Now, if this Supreme Court disregard that ruling of the previous Supreme Court, and somehow Asiwaju managed to be declared by the Supreme Court that he's duly elected president of Nigeria, how does that affect the entitlement of people of Southeast that they have to go and negotiate now with Asiwaju? Is it that if Asiwaju enter, the constitutional requirement that ministers must be appointed from the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, that under Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, states that in the Southeast will not be allowed to produce ministers? Or the federal allocation for Imo State or the Southeast states or other states in the South that didn't vote for him, he will withdraw the money. Even Buhari, with all his draconic rule, couldn't do that because it will be a violation of the Constitution. So what is the mainstream that Nnamani is talking about? It's because they don't know history. Even the Southwest today that he's looking at, that they are in the mainstream. Southwest have been in opposition for a long time. Southwest was in the opposition in the First Republic. Southwest was in the opposition in the First Republic. They were in the opposition in the Second Republic. They were in opposition throughout the life of Awolowo. And even when we returned to democracy in 1999, Southwest was in the opposition. Of course, Obasanjo, who is from Southwest, was the president of Nigeria within the period. But Obasanjo was a pan-Nigerian that was rejected by the sectionalists in Southwest. They didn't vote for him in the election in 1999. But at that time that Southwest was in the opposition, nobody can say that the federal allocations, the entitlement of Southwest was not given to them. Nobody can say that. So the idea that it is Peter Obi that is holding the Southeast from benefiting, being part of the stake, being part of Nigerians' commonwealth in sharing of our resources. Since what we specialize in Nigeria is sharing and not producing, that Southeast will be jeopardized. I think it's people like Nnamani that will be jeopardized. They are in personal interest. It's not about Southeast, because Southeast will get their due share. Nobody can deny the 5 states in the Southeast their statutory federal allocations. Their rights. Nobody can deny them. Of course, they may decide not to build any road in the Southeast. It doesn't matter. Southeast is already on the ground. It doesn't. I don't think Southeast fears any fall anymore. And then Nnamani is not the right character to talk about the interests of the Southeast, because he has never been known to talk about the problems of the Southeast, even in the Senate. So this idea that Southeast will lose out because Peter Obi's petition against Tinubu continues. Let it continue, and it will continue. Besides, is it only Peter Obi that has petition against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? The last time I checked, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, he has a petition against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's election. Why are they not pushing that he should withdraw his case? Or is it that his own case doesn't matter? So what is this fixation with Peter Obi's petition? What is this fixation with Peter Obi's petition that people are running up and down saying Peter Obi should withdraw it? Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that, Peter Obi here, Peter Obi there. You go to social media, all the APC spokespeople, they're always talking about Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that. The obedience, the obedience, this and that. And this is for a person, the INEC said that he came third. Somebody that came third has been the person you are pursuing after the election. It wasn't as if he was declared the winner. At least you have a reason to bring out anything you have against him. But now, he's just occupying the third position, which he said is not his rightful position, that he will prove that he was the first. And you are getting agitated, saying all manner of things against him, creating lies. Nnamani said that Peter Obi has no spread to be president. As I said, it will be proven in court whether he has the spread. It's not the headache of Nnamani, because Nnamani ab initio never supported Peter Obi. He was among those who have said that Peter Obi is going nowhere. He can't even win any state. But Peter Obi has surprised them. He won 11 states plus FCT. And if you want to look at FCT as a state, then you say he got 12 states. Aswad got 12 states. And Atiku got 12 states. Now, 2 of the states that they gave to Tinubu will be returned. I say it with certainty. Benue and River State will be returned to Peter Obi. And then Peter Obi will have 13 states plus FCT. And if you calculate, it means 14 states. If you want to treat FCT as a state, it becomes 14 states. And Tinubu's number will drop to 10 states. And there are other challenges that will show that Peter Obi is the one that had more spread. They are talking about spread. What have I showed you now? It means that when you add Benue to Rivers and Rivers to Peter Obi, you are talking about 14 states. And you are saying this man doesn't have spread. In any case, asking Peter Obi to withdraw his case in the interest because of Southeast is infantile. Peter Obi did not run the race as a Southeast candidate. He ran the race as a pan-Nigerian candidate from all over the country. And his vote spread showed it clearly, winning the most diverse states in Nigeria. Look at Lagos. Look at River State. These are the two largest voting blocks in Nigeria, and also Kano State, which was won by Rabiu Kwankwaso. So Peter Obi took the two strategic states in the southern Nigeria that determines who becomes president, Rivers State and Lagos State. And he took Lagos with a wide margin. Right now, they gave him that he won Lagos with 10,000 votes. But there are clear indications that Peter Obi won Lagos with over 600,000 vote margin between him and Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, from the record some of us are seeing, didn't get up to 200,000 votes in Lagos. He got about 155,000 votes, which I doubt, if you calculate it, is up to 25% of the votes counted in Lagos, or the votes cast in Lagos. And this Obi that did this doesn't have spread. Obi did so well in Taraba, Adamawa, Kaduna, Plateau, Nasarawa. You say it doesn't have spread. And then Nnamani is a doctor. If not, I would have advised him to do something, to go and check some things before he talks. Say that Peter Obi doesn't have spread. What does spread mean? Peter Obi has more spread, and it is believed strongly that he won the election. That's why you are seeing barrage of attacks against him coming from all quarters. And if the APC themselves have nothing to fear, why are they sharing the newspaper headline that Nnamani said Peter Obi should withdraw the case? They should have relaxed and go to the court to prove how they won. Because even the INEC that is claiming that he's not going back on his declaration and that what he did was right, why are they not uploading all the results to the IRA almost eight weeks after the election, for a electoral body that promised Nigerians that the result will be uploaded real time from the polling units, the presidential election result, and all the results? But on election day, they were able to upload only the senatorial and House of Reps results, and deliberately blacked out the presidential election result, all in a bid to ensure that there was no transparency, so that they can come and churn out any number, and then make sure that they deliberately put Peter Obi in number 3, so that the people will say, how could number 3 become number 1? And that's some of the arguments you see some APC people making. Say even the person that came second is not making noise. The person that came second knows that he was just allocated that position. And Peter Obi, in any case, has said that he will come to court and prove it. And I keep on telling people, Peter Obi is not a frivolous person. If he doesn't win this election, if he don't, is not confident that he won the election, Peter Obi will not waste his money. He will not waste his money. Peter Obi doesn't have easy money. He worked for his money. So it's not kind of money, it's not the kind of money people make in government and throw it around senior advocates of Nigeria for frivolities. He made his money through sweat of his. So he knows that every penny, every dollar, every naira counts. If he doesn't stand a chance, I can tell you for free, Peter Obi will not go to court and gather senior advocates of Nigeria to pay them for what? Peter Obi could have channeled that money to charities, to churches, to schools in Nigeria, that as he always does. So for him to insist that he won this election, brother, there is something to prove that he won it. And the courts, the Supreme Court, will finally determine it, because I know that from the presidential, from the appeal court where the presidential tribunal is sitting, it will move to the Supreme Court eventually. And he said he will prove it. I can bet you that he will prove it. And if you believe in betting, You better bet on Peter Obi. Now, another thing that Nnamani says is that Igbos will be confined in the backwood of history if Obi does not withdraw the case. What kind of assertion is this? So it's Peter Obi that is holding the Igbo down. Peter Obi is the man that even saved the Southeast. Because before the election, nobody believed that anybody from Southeast can win election. That was why PDP refused to zone it to the Southeast. They said ordinary Southeast ought to be the PDP most preferred zone to produce the presidential candidate. Atiku Abubakar and all the rest, they say no, let us throw it open so that whoever is capable can win the election, because what he need now is somebody to grab the power from APC. Well, Atiku got the ticket. He grabbed the ticket, but he couldn't deliver. At the end of the day, the person that delivered is from the Southeast. And Peter Obi put paid to that blackmail that a Southeast candidate cannot have the spread to become president of Nigeria. He did it. He has shown it. And he will prove it more in court. Because from all indication, from what I have seen so far, nothing will convince me that there were not manipulations in this election, the presidential election in particular. So with that said, how can you say that Igbos will be confined to the backwood of history if Peter Obi doesn't withdraw it? Igbos themselves should thank Peter Obi for showing what many of us know, that somebody from Southeast can be president. And I have done several videos to show that if the people of Southern Nigeria are united, they can continue to produce president perpetually without the Northeast and Northwest vote. Because all this braggadocio that they are doing, that Northeast and Northwest determine everything, it is not true. It is not true. We have used Jonathan to show truly that you can be president in Nigeria from Southern Nigeria without the Northeast and Northwest. All you need is for the Southern Nigeria to be united. That's 17 states. Then you come to North Central and drag votes there. And many North Central don't want it to have anything to do with the Northwest and Northeast people because of what they are passing through, especially through all this banditry and what have you. Go and check the result of 2011 that Jonathan became president. You see the pathway for somebody from Southeast or from the South to become president without Northeast and Northwest. But that's not an area I want to go. But this idea of always pandering to the fact that the Igbos can't be able to produce president unless they play to the mainstream. Because what is saying, what is the mainstream? What is the mainstream? So there's nothing Nnamani can tell any reasonable person that it is Peter Obi that is holding the Igbos from being part of the mainstream. So he should withdraw his case so that Igbo will be part of the mainstream. But Peter Obi was not an Igbo candidate. Peter Obi was a national candidate. Millions of Nigerians contested that election through Peter Obi. Youths of Nigeria. So Peter Obi will go and withdraw because of Southeast. What about the millions of Nigerians from other sections of the country who voted overwhelmingly for him? What about them? Nnamani think that Peter Obi is a mercantile candidate. I think he's just belittling himself and not Peter Obi to come up with that kind of suggestion. from a Peter Obi who is committed to do something different in this country. Peter Obi is not an Igbo candidate. He's a pan-Nigerian project. He got his mandate from all over the country and cannot afford to disappoint them. Peter Obi cannot even withdraw it. I don't think it will even come to the mind of Peter Obi to do that. Peter Obi will be committing political suicide if he listens to people like Nnamani. Of course, he will never listen to Nnamani because Nnamani in the first place was among those who have been antagonistic to his ambition from day one. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.